I remember one time I was walking here on the street. It's very funny. And it was on this street. It was right over here. And the guy said to me, he gave me an argument because I was walking on the wrong side of the street. What I mean is, I was over here and he thought I should be on that side. I laughed at him. I said, I don't like your fucking cigar either. Okay, but anyway, that's my humor. So we're going to go over to Rockefeller Center. See? Facing New York. Oh, sorry. Everything's dripping out of here. All my sweat and tears. You know what it is to walk 40 years on this same fucking street? Wow. You got to be crazy. Can't be normal. I'm sure he's probably dead now because these pictures were taken in the late 80s or early 90s of the 20th century. And what I loved, the guy always wore the same jacket. He was a little bit crazy because I recognized him by that jacket all the time. The flash accentuated his eyes because I think he was on medication to keep him relatively normal. And I love how his eyes are the same as the dots on his shirt. That was a lucky detail, but that's what makes the picture okay. You know, so, and I think it was taken here. But he was always around, you know, and he was always looking in garbage cans, and he would walk very fast, and he was probably about 5'6" or 7. Here he looks like a larger man. But that's what photographers can do to people. They can make them larger, make them smaller. And here we are. Okay, now we're going to head west. We're going to go off of Fifth Avenue. It's funny, when I used to come home after shooting all day, the television or whatever, all sounds had to stop. Because I exerted so much energy. Whoa. I mean, I couldn't handle anything. Because when you're taking candid pictures of people, even if I'm good at it and I have a very good bedside manner, you never know how someone is going to react. This picture, which is the cover of the book, was taken at Rockefeller Center, where we just were. They went that way. I used to agonize that I cut off his finger, but I think it's okay that I cut off his finger because, you know, I'm a perfectionist. I'm critical of other people's pictures. You know, when I discuss them, I'm critical of my own. I mean, I would agonize over them if I missed something, I didn't get it the way I wanted, because, you know, there are no replays. Either you get it that moment or it's finished. But the one thing you learn is what you can do the next time. And what I like about the rangefinder camera, it's not perfect. So it allows for you to be not so fastidious, which is good. Because when I was younger, I would wait for the perfect situation. And then you'd wind up not even taking the picture because the perfect situation never came around. Very few things are perfect in life. So this allowed me to be looser, a little freer, and I like that about flash, because once you decide to go with the flash, it's done. You know, you have to wait until it recycles and it goes again. It's a different type of mentality that you need in the street when you use flash than when you don't use flash. I put the person in the middle of the scene. Most photographers don't do that. Most photographs it's sort of like a, excuse me, a stage set where you're looking at what's happening from a distance. I put the viewer in the picture. That's what gives it its strength. Oh, shucks. I forgot to tell you, this picture was also Whoop, taken on Fifth Avenue. We passed it. That's the first picture that I thought was good that I took using flash. It was somewhere in the 50s on Fifth Avenue. Oh, I used to experiment. I used to move the flash in the direction the person was coming from. I did a lot of things at that time. The older you get, the less you experiment, because you think you know what works. Well, you do know what works more often than not. And but you lose something. When you're young, you experiment more. So it's a give and a take. Your choice to make. This is like going back in time for me, you know, to walk these streets. I haven't walked these streets in, wow, 8-10 years. Hey, there's a courtesy car for MB, that's Mercedes-Benz. They should have sent us. We could have driven all this. We didn't have to walk. Fuck it, you get great pictures from the car. I mean, you know, you're only 300 feet away. Doesn't matter, you know. Come on, baby. We're walking at a pretty good pace, but this ain't nothing to what I was when I was young. I mean, this ain't shit. See these things here? These things aren't very good for street photography. These overhangs, you know, they're terrible. And it's funny, if you go, I did a lot of photography on Broadway, right? I'll sit down. Thank God I don't remember so many. Look at this, if you go up the street, 2 blocks filled with overhang. It really hurts the picture because the background, it just doesn't work as well. Okay, let's go. The next corner is a corner I used to hang out a lot on while I was waiting for people to go to the play or, you know, walk around or what have you. And I don't know if he's still there. The Sabret man was a Greek guy named John. If he's there, I'll say hello to him. I haven't seen him in years. Let's go. It's funny. When I was younger, you know, when I was here, I used to run across the street in front of the traffic. Now I have to be very careful. But I knew I'd never get hit here because I knew it like the back of my hand. In Paris, I had much more chance of getting hit because I don't know all the rhythms. Okay. I won't swear to it, but I'd say that this one was taken over here. Obviously, they were in the middle of building a building behind, okay? But this I call fake mustache, even though, again, untitled. It looks like the guy has a wig on, a fake mustache. He's wearing sunglasses, she's wearing sunglasses, she's got a wig. It's like he doesn't, maybe it's not his wife or something, but I got him. Don't forget, my photography is a lot about bending and bending and bending and bending. I mean, it's very physical. And that shows through in the type of photographs I do. And that's why I say good street photography is a young man's game.